with your goals, I'm bringing my gang.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got the Bengals' field-stretching tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello, everyone. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, this is a contest truly worthy, I guess you would say, calling it a showdown. We have the league's #1 passing game going up against the league's #1 pass defense. Time to decide which of the league's best is truly supreme.
And for fans who love this game, who follow the NFL, matchup like this in the regular season can't really get any better, can it? And I know it's only the regular season, but the intensity that I'm feeling so far, already like a playoff atmosphere.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by a former most valuable player of the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal, and this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37. 23 yards on the play. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Jackson. He'll bite, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up Samuel.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Jackson's throw here taken in by Parker. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll find Parker again, complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
3 and 3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Gotta get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 8 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he finds Parker here, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3.
To throw is Jackson. Catch made, it's Moreau.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Uses the stiff arm. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That ball complete to Isabella. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Bengals at 12-2 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll get it inside the 20, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Henry will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Henry again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. And they would not be denied on the ground. Piling it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now Jackson on first down.
Left side to Lamb.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And this is caught. It's Parker.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Already 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Again, it's Harris on second down.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. From the gun, Jackson.
Open man Lamb, it's complete.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone, and that's exactly what he did there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd and 5. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, complete to QT. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Here's Watkins as the first half is winding down. The Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin with a battle in the Keystone State. Pittsburgh heading east to take on Philadelphia. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Malik Willis, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Looking to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. This is Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks down the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to the defense.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. J.J. from the right side from 8 yards out. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by Patterson. Up and good. And it leads down to 2. So now with an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Bengals score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Before they can snap it, time runs out. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On the give, this is Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On the draw, it's Harris. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They run again with Harris. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Devontae Parker. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Browns will add to their 4th quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hand...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Dan.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Foster Moreau, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Jackson here is going to look to throw, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Go get him now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jamison Williams
from 10 yards out.
And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on.
Great quick drive. Love.
Especially on 2-point tries. Sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll run again with Harris. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Jackson.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 24 yards. On the ground, it's Harris.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Throwing now is Jackson. That's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Chase Claypool with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So now the Bengals down by 15. 57 seconds to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Log how the game treats you when CPU is on.
When you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Cleveland, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.